Pat, you live in Kentucky, have covered and followed the Wildcats program for a long time. Many are praising the John Calipari hiring, but in your column today on ESPN.com, you raised a bunch of red flags. Why?
Well, you have to know Kentucky's history for one thing, Jay. They've been in front of the infractions committee for major infractions cases 6 times. Every decade but the 90s, they were brought up in front of the judge and jury. And John Calipari, although he has never been charged with any major violations, tends to play in the gray area. He had his 1996 Final Four appearance with UMass vacated because of agent giving to center Marcus Camby. He kind of walks a fine line with some of the guys who help him recruit. Actually, a guy named William Wesley, who is not affiliated with any university, but has popped up with some of the more talented players who have ended up going to Memphis. Takes some chances academically, has some off-the-court problems. I think if you roll it all together, it's the kind of risk that a program with Kentucky's history shouldn't take.
Why they take the risk then?
Wins and losses, Jay. I mean, they were in the NIT this last year, and that's not what Kentucky wants to be about. And they, as Calipari pointed out there in that audio clip there, they only put national championship banners on the walls of the Kraft Center where they practice, and they want a national championship. They don't want to just make the tournament. They don't want to just go to the Final Four. They want to win a title, and they think Calipari, with his recruiting ability and his coaching acumen and his ability to handle the spotlight, is the perfect fit for that job as long as nothing blows up on him off the court.
Well, based on that and everything you wrote about in your column, do you think he's the right fit for the job?
Well, you know what? It's one of those things where if it turns out okay and nothing does happen, then then they're fine. And they made a great choice because he does have the ego to handle it. The last 2 coaches, the only 2 coaches that were great coaches at Kentucky were Rupp and Pitino, and they had the ego to handle the job. They thought they were as big as the job. Calipari fits that description. But I think there is a great risk that something goes wrong, that there's some additional taint on the program with John Calipari in charge, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out.